Good morning to all. Wonderful morning. So, the theme of this self transformation season 2 is going to be how to perfect ourselves. We know we are all either in the end of the old soul stage or in the transcendental soul stage. So, how we are going to perfect ourselves? How we are going to take us to the next level of our evolution? How we are going to help ourselves to get into wellness, well being, and fundamentally how to be happy all the time. When you're a perfected master, when you're an enlightened master, that means you are happy all the time in all the situations. So, yesterday's we have seen yamas and niyamas. So, that's a way to perfect ourselves. So, we had few questions left yesterday. So, first we will address that questions. So, whoever want to ask the questions which related to what we discussed yesterday about the enlightenment journey, please raise your hand. We will sort out that questions first before we go into another wonderful topic, mindfulness.
Yeah, regarding the soul evolution, if this infant soul and mature soul and all these categories you have explained yesterday, so if we know in a family member, some of them are infant soul and there is a mixture of mature soul. So if is it okay if a mature soul help the infant soul, or is it a part of soul plan and we should not interfere? That's one question.
See, in our physical family, normally it's a combination of all soul categories within one family. So normally, there will be an old soul, infant soul, young soul, baby soul, mature soul, all in one family within the physical. So in our physical families, it is very normal to see that the father is a young soul, but the son is an old soul. Or you can see the father is a very old soul, the son is a baby soul. Different combinations are possible. So that's where we learn a lot of lessons. When there is pull and push, when there are challenges within the family, then we grow. If all the family members are old soul, then where are the challenges? Where is the possibility of growth? So the soul designs, chooses, okay, I want this kind of family members. And so that I can learn this kind of lessons. So that they work on their karma. Karma means it's a tool to learn the lessons. So it is quite normal.
Is it the soul evolution happens only in Earth?
No. Soul evolution happens there are other dimensions where the soul is constantly progressing. For example, out of 10 souls, only one come to the earth. The rest remain there in the higher worlds. Because in the higher worlds also there is progression. But the progression is very slow. But on the earth is a wonderful school to learn very fast. Not only the speed of learning, also the depth of learning is more on the planet Earth. So there are many souls who choose not to incarnate on the planet Earth because they know Earth is a very challenging place to come. So many souls don't choose to come. But the souls which has chosen to come, they are very brave ones. We are all very brave souls who have chosen to come. In the other dimensions also there is evolution, but it is very slow.
And I had two questions. My first question was, I am teaching meditation and doing meditation also for past 2.5 years, and I've been teaching meditation also. And my question is, what soul am I? And the other question was that do souls also come in the form of insects?
Okay. Where are you speaking from?
I'm speaking from Trivandrum.
Speaking from Trivandrum. Okay, wonderful. You are a bodhisattva. You are a transcendental soul because you are teaching meditation. At a very young age, you are teaching meditation. So you are a transcendental soul. You are a bodhisattva. You are enlightened in your past lives. So this lifetime you have come to help others and also help yourself.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And insects also has consciousness, but they are part of the group consciousness. You should read the book A Soul's Journey. Then you will understand a lot of things about parallel realities, angelic kingdoms, birds, fishes, the graduation of the human kingdom from the animal kingdom. You will understand a lot of things. So you have to read the book A Soul's Journey by Peter Rishigo. But yes,
Yes,
insects also do have souls.
and also there had been grasshopper had come and it stayed at my home for 5 days.
Yes, those are all beautiful things, isn't it?
Yes,
And if you go to forest, you'll also able to see fairies. Fairies, elementals, they are not visible to the humans. They're not visible to the physical eyes. They are very highly evolved beings. They live in the forest and the nature. So when souls like you go, they want to appear to you.
thank you, sir.
Yes, wonderful. Best wishes. So happy to see you.
Thank you, sir.
From 4 months, I'm practicing anapanasati meditation. I'm not able to find whether I am breathing or not. I'm not able to find that flow, air flow. So can you can you suggest me?
Okay, so how long you are meditating for every day?
Now, from 1 month, 1 hour, I will meditate.
So 1 hour. So this 1 hour you are not opening your eyes?
No.
Okay. So that means you are doing the right meditation. That is the first point. You should not open the eyes, come what may. And
Yes.
you are saying you are not able to feel your breath.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you don't feel the breath, then what you are feeling?
No,
Your mind
silently
is-
I'm sitting. Some thoughts are coming. Just my focus, just I am observing here. But nothing is flowing.
Nothing needs to flow as long as whenever the thoughts come, whenever you notice thoughts, okay, whenever you notice thoughts, you just at that moment you come back to your breath. You start observing your breath at that time. You see how the breath is touching the tip of your nose, how it is going in, how it is coming out. You don't need to see the complete flow. As long as the moment you are aware of the thoughts and you are coming back, you are making an effort to come back to the breath. That is right. You are doing the right meditation.
Okay. One more, sir. I am talking too much self-talking. How to stop that one?
You cannot stop it unless you are with your own breath. So there is a possibility, there is so much inner chatter that you are not even able to observe the breath. That is one possibility. Continue. It takes, you have to have a lot of patience. Okay. A lot of karmic baggage has to be released before you can get into deeper states of meditativeness. The most important point is don't open your eyes and sit quietly and make an effort to be with your breath whenever you notice thoughts. And if your inner chatter is too much, practice mindfulness. Your inner chatter is too much within the meditation or in the day-to-day life? Out of
Continuously, it's 24 hours. Right?
Okay, 24 hours there is an inner chatter. So you have to practice mindfulness. That will help you. So in today's session, we're going to speak about mindfulness. Okay, so practice both meditation and mindfulness. That will help you to.
One more, sir. Mindfulness means, I'm a housemaker. It's like routine jobs for me.
Don't worry. You will understand. Mindfulness means you don't need to go to any ashram. Mindfulness you can practice while you're cooking food, while you're cleaning the house. Whatever you are doing, you're mindful of that. You're focused on that job. You're concentrated on that job. That is mindfulness.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
And for last 25 years, I'm meditating with the breath, anapanasati, or you can say ajpa jap. But I don't have any type of experience. I haven't seen any light. I haven't heard any voice. Nothing abnormal I have observed in my life. Sometimes I feel, is there any manufacturing defect in me, or my past is so bad? Please guide me.
Are you expecting any experiences in meditation?
No, when I meditate in group. A lot of people say, I heard violin in my left ear, something in my so. Someone says, I say red light, some say blue light, but I'm totally blank like a blackboard.
Okay. So you have to understand, meditation is not for experiences. The very purpose of meditation is not to have experiences. The very purpose of meditation is for the realization of the self. In the beginning stages of meditation, people do get experiences. But the final stages of meditation, they don't get any experience. There is only realization. There is only witnessing. There is only awareness. So if you're not having any experiences, that means in your past life, you've already done a lot of meditation and all the experiences have already happened. So be happy that you are not a beginner in this yoga parampara. You are not a beginner in this meditation journey. You should be troubled if you are having experiences. When you are having experiences, you should be troubled. You say, I am sitting for meditation for my self-realization. I'm not able to experience that stillness. I'm not able to experience that awareness. I'm getting so many experiences. What should I do? So people should be troubled for experiences. Okay, so don't be worried about it. Experiences come and experiences goes. That's all for beginners of meditation, all those experiences. But once you reach a certain level of evolution in your meditation journey, then there is no more experiences.
I'm approaching 16 and 60 and जिसको हम आनंद कहते हैं बहुत कम है. It's not consistent.
Naturally, until you are fully enlightened, until you are a perfected master, you will not be happy all the time. Naturally so. That's what Buddha said. There is dukkha everywhere. So that's why he has given the eightfold path. That's why he has given the anapanasati. So keep meditating, sir. Keep meditating and start working on yourself every day. And be kind on yourself. It takes time to become a perfected master. As you progress, as you are perfecting yourself, your happiness level keeps increasing. It is directly proportional. You are in the right path. Keep continuing. Do more meditation. Read more books. And integrate whatever you learned, integrate in your day-to-day life. Be open-minded. Be open-minded to learn from everything, from everybody. You are in the right path.
Sir.
So this 21 days season 2 is for people like you to increase your happiness levels, to perfect yourself.
I have interest in teaching meditation. So, but I from inside I know that there were some ego which is getting fed when I'm teaching meditation. So much of ego I have. So, and second thing, whatever I'm preaching, I'm not practicing. So I'm calling myself a hypocrite. I know I'm a hypocrite. So how to give up this ego?
Okay. This is wonderful, isn't it? You teach a lot of things, but you don't practice it.
Yeah.
So you have to understand, the moment you are aware of your ego, that means you are no more in ego. You are no more stuck in the ego. Okay. So we'll discuss a little more about ego in detail next week. Okay. Ego is part of the self.
Okay.
The moment you are aware that you are having ego, that means your understanding is limited. That means you are seeing from a limited perspective. So when you see from a limited perspective, then you go wrong. There is suffering. It is like, watching in a telescope. Ego is like a telescope.
Okay.
You see through the telescope, you see only far away star. One star you will see. But in the sky, there are so many stars.
Yes.
So, but through the telescope, you can focus on one star. But in reality, there are many, many stars. But the telescope doesn't have that broad view. So that is like ego. Okay. Ego is nothing but ignorance and arrogance. That is a quality of ego. When you are ignorant, we call you egoistic. And when you're arrogant, you call you egoistic. So ignorance and arrogance, these are the qualities of the ego. You don't need to control the ego. You don't need to suppress the ego. Just you have to educate the ego. You have to just educate the ego. The more you do meditation, the more you're educating yourself. Okay. So that is the spiritual practice. The entire process of the spiritual practice is to let go, to educate, to let go of the residues of the ego and to educate the ego. You will understand more about this ego thing next week. But
Okay.
for the time being, you just understand the moment you are aware that you are having ego, you are helping yourself. You are no more stuck there. So many people, they don't know they are having ego. So they are stuck there.
Okay.
Okay.
I
That's the
have
first part.
one
The second
more
part,
question.
you
Okay, sir.
second
Continue,
part,
sir.
being a hypocrite. So there is a passion for you to teach meditation. I'm assuming there is a passion for you to teach meditation, and you're teaching a lot of things. Naturally, you will read a lot of books and you will listen to other masters, and you want to take a very good session. You want to impress the students, you want to impress the audience. So you will speak a lot of things. But when it comes to your own life, you may not be implementing everything. So that is the main advantage once you become a teacher. Once you become a teacher, it will pressure you, it will compel you to follow what you're doing, or else you cannot sleep happily. So this is the fastest way of learning. Unless you become a teacher, you are never a good student. And unless you are a good student, you can never be a good teacher. Okay. So the more you are teaching, the more you are helping yourself to grow. Because when you teach something and when you don't follow it, there is a lot of push from within. Okay. So that is natural for everybody. But one thing you have to be absolutely sure is teach only what you know. Teach only what is in your experience.
That I'm doing, sir. What I do not know, I will not say.
Okay. Teach only you what is in your experience, what is in your knowing. Teach only that.
Okay.
And whatever you teach, you try to implement it. Okay. Because if you're speaking great things, and if you're not following that, then your inner consciousness will trigger you. You say, hey, what are you doing? And then the people around you, they are watchful. Right?
Yes,
so you are
sir.
helping yourself to be in the fast track of learning. So that's why we say, unless you become a teacher, you cannot learn great things.
Okay.
So a bodhisattva is a person who is enlightened, but is not perfected. He has not yet fine-tuned his enlightenment. So he comes as a bodhisattva. So he teaches and also he learns simultaneously. It's a very natural process. So don't judge yourself as a hypocrite. Just make efforts to be authentic. Make every effort to be authentic, and make every effort to practice what you teach.
Okay, sir. Because I was of the thought that, okay, I'm saying something and doing something, so let me give up this at least teaching so that at least I'll start practicing, then people will
No
start
way.
inspiring. No way. Okay.
No way. No way. You cannot give up. If you give up, then your learning process slows down.
Okay.
Simultaneously teaching, simultaneously learning. That should be the way.
Okay. Sir, I want to be in middle path, but I get extreme. That is one of my major difficulties. Extreme I take.
You are aware that you are taking extreme paths. That itself is enough for you to come into the middle path sooner or later. People cannot come into the middle path so soon. Only a perfected master can be in the middle path. But you try to be in the middle path as much as possible. That efforts are necessary. Okay. Until you achieve the middle path, it is very natural. You swing on the left. It is like a pendulum. You go to the extreme left, or you go to the extreme right. The more you go to the extreme right, the more you go to the extreme left.
Yes.
Okay. So it takes a lot of meditation practice. It takes a lot of awareness. It takes a lot of mindfulness practice. It takes a lot of witnessing to be in the middle path. Continue the journey. You are in the right path. Continue the journey. Middle path will naturally come.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
2 years back, it got breakdown because of the voices. Somebody is approaching me. I got scared, sir. So I stopped it. Then again, I have started 1.5 years back. I'm going to deep meditation now, and daily 3 times, 1 hour each I do. But I'm getting a very severe headaches. So it is unbearable headaches. So I don't understand why it is happening like that. So
why you need to understand?
So because it is very too much of headaches. So because suddenly 2 days before, I was into very deep meditation, and
You see, you have to understand in the process of enlightenment. Okay, a lot of negativity comes out of ourselves. Releases a lot of negative karma releases. A lot of karmic baggage releases. So meditation is not a journey where it's like happy and you are in the garden and there are rose petals and you're just like a fairy swinging along. No, meditation is a journey where you go through a lot of challenges, you go through a lot of hardships. But when I say challenges and hardships, I mean the karmic cleansing, letting go of the karmic baggage. Okay. Many people go through different people go to different kind of experiences. But that is when you need to motivate yourself. When you are going through challenges in meditation, when there is abnormal body pain, severe headache, you feel like you want to drop it, you don't want to do anymore. So that is the moment you have to inspire yourself that something is happening to me. This meditation journey is transforming. Yes, right now I'm feeling the pain, but soon I will get over this pain. Before you can experience your own nectar of your soul, you have to let go of all the poison also. The first, all the poison comes out before you can experience your own nectar. So this is a natural process in meditation, not only for you, for everybody. They have to let go of their poison first. Don't be disheartened. Do more meditation. You are going through a self-healing process.
Oh, okay. So thank you so much, sir. And I have one more question. I'm not sure. So every time, whenever I hearing or any mantra I'm chanting, I'm feeling.
Are you chanting mantra?
Yeah. So sometimes when I do in the morning times, I chant Om. So when I do that, and after certain time, and I was started crying it. Sometimes these days I'm started crying in the meditation. I don't understand if any small things or any hearing, or I'm touching very easily, and I'm getting once my tears are rolling down. So
For all
that's
your
what.
questions, the answer is the same. It is all a self-cleansing process, but you have to understand meditation means no chanting mantra. Meditation means you are with your natural breath. The moment if you are chanting mantra, you are using your mind. When you use your mind, you cannot empty your mind. That is a simple logic. By using the mind, you cannot empty the mind. So please understand the science of meditation. The science of meditation is no mantras, no visuals, no visualization, no expectations. So when your mind surrenders to the breath by witnessing the breath, then naturally the witnessing happens. Your awareness increases. You experience your soul consciousness. So unless you still your body, unless you still your mind, you cannot experience yourself. But mind will make every possible effort to distract you. So you have to be aware of the mind. The very nature of the mind is to have expectations. And every expectations leads to frustrations. So be aware of the nature of the mind. Meditation is simply to experience your own self. It is for self-realization. That is the very purpose of meditation.
Yeah.
Meditation is not for anything else. Okay. Continue meditation without any expectations, without any judgments. Be kind to yourself. Let your mind surrender to the breath sincerely. Then you might ask a question: how can I see the progress in my life if I'm doing the right meditation or not? How can I see if I'm progressing spiritually or not? Your progress in spirituality doesn't appear in your meditation. Your progress appears in your day-to-day life. How compassionate you are, how sensitive you are. Are you in the path of non-violence? Are you in the path of truth? Are you perfecting yourself? Compared to 6 months ago, are you better now? Compared to 1 month ago, you are better now. Compared to 1 week ago, you are better now. That is the progress of your spiritual journey. Your progress in your spiritual path reflects in your day-to-day life, not in your meditation. Okay. Please continue this meditation without any judgments.
My today's question is, whenever I sit for meditation, I'm fine until then, and then my nose starts tingling, and then I feel like I have to blow that, like, because I feel like I'm breaking the norm by, I'm not, I'm unfolding my hands when I try to blow my nose. But sometimes I go very deep and I'm fine. So I really don't know how to command my mind to stop my nose tingling, so that the meditation without moving or being still.
You are thinking too much, madam. That is the problem.
Okay.
The body has its own intelligence. Okay. So your nose is tingling. You want to blow it off. You have to be sensitive to your body.
Okay.
Okay. So the more enlightened you are, the more sensitive you will be towards your body.
Okay.
Okay. So please be sensitive to your body and don't think too much. And if you feel like blowing your nose, you blow the nose and forget it and come back to your breath. Okay.
Okay.
So if you feel itchy on your face, you itch yourself, scratch yourself, and then forget it and come back to the breath. You feel
It's not.
thirsty, drink water. I'm just giving you examples. You feel thirsty, drink water, and then sit in meditation. So the preparation for meditation is very important. What is the preparation? You need to have the right mindset. Okay, the right mindset is you understand I am meditating to empty the mind. The very purpose of meditation, the very goal of meditation is to empty the mind.
Yes.
So you cannot use your mind to empty the mind. So you have to go with the breath. Breath is the only thing which goes beyond your mind, because anything and everything you do is under the control of your mind.
Yes.
Anything and everything you do in your life is under the control of your mind. Your body is under the control of your mind. But there is only one thing which goes beyond your mind, which is your breath.
Okay.
The day you are born, you inhale the first breath. It happens automatic. And the day you vacate the body, you exhale the last breath. And every single breath from the birth to death is automatic on its own. So that is the only thing which goes beyond mind. So you have to surrender to the breath and understand the very nature of the mind is to disturb the process of meditation. Mind, for example, mind will make sure you open the eyes. Mind will create some kind of emergencies. Okay, you might think like, oh, I might have forgotten something in the stove. Did I turn off my stove? So mind will create some kind of emergencies. Or what if I'm getting an important call? So I better see my mobile. Or it will say like, oh, okay, I want to blow my nose. So how do I do it? So instead of just simply blowing it off for a second, you start getting agitated. How do I deal with it? How do I control it? How do I program it? So this is the very nature of the mind, which will take you into the loop and the loop and the loop so that you never empty the mind.
Okay.
Mind will make every effort to make sure you don't empty the mind.
Okay.
So when you understand this is the nature of the mind, you tell yourself, okay, Baba, I know what you're doing. So when you're meditation, the thoughts are coming and disturbing. It is creating some emergencies. You will say, I know what you're trying to do, but I will never open my eyes. So as long as you don't open your eyes, your mind will surrender to your breath sooner or later, naturally. So the key, the secret of meditation is not to open the eyes. You feel itchy, you feel like moving your body, you feel stressed in your legs, you want to stretch your legs, hands, it's okay, that's absolutely fine. Stretch it and come back to the lock posture and continue meditation. But don't open the eyes. That is the only secret. Even you feel like sneezing the whole meditation, sneeze the whole meditation, but don't open the eyes. That's the way the mind will surrender. This is the only technique. See, you cannot use your mind to program to make sure the mind is empty. No, it is not possible. So that's why I said, don't analyze. Don't think too much. Just don't open your eyes. Naturally, your mind will surrender to your breath.
So with more and more meditation, I'm getting more abundance and wealth, but simultaneously I'm getting more ego also, and then it leads to suffering. And then I'm doing more meditation, then abundance, then ego, like that. It is how to break this loop.
Enjoy your abundance and enjoy your ego. Ego simply means, as I told before, you are ignorant and arrogant. As long as you are aware you are ignorant, you are no more ignorant. As long as you are aware you are in arrogance, then you cannot be in arrogance. So be aware of your ignorance and be aware of your arrogance. That will help you. Do more meditation.
Sir, and awareness, like we are doing more meditation, then it leads to awareness. So awareness helps in transformation, but awareness, just mere awareness will transform us all. Just by getting awareness,
who is asking this question? Your mind. If your mind is too active, if your mind is too agitated, if your mind has so many questions, where is the possibility of awareness? Where is the possibility of witnessing? Do more meditation. Let the mind surrender. Let the mind surrender to your breath first. It takes time, It doesn't happen in few days or few months. For some people, if you're a yogi in your past life, yes, within few sessions of meditation, you can raise your awareness, you can empty the mind. But this is the first lifetime you are doing meditation, it takes time. So much of karmic baggage is there that has to be released first. So it takes time. So be patient with yourself. That is very important.
In this context, you have said that Ravana is a great meditator, but even after being a great meditator, he could not change his desires. So, sir, for us,
because he had wrong desires. Ravana is a meditator, he's a great meditator. He knows how to empty his mind, but his desires are not right. His views are not right. So that led to his own suffering. Okay, you watch the Buddha's Eightfold Path video, you will understand. So meditation helps you to raise your awareness. But sometimes, your desires are not right. You have wrong view of life. You have wrong understanding of life. You have wrong desires. So you have to correct it. So that's why you have to make a conscious effort for your transformation. Meditation is a tool. Meditation is a tool for you to connect yourself. But there are a lot of residues. There are a lot of ego residues from many, many lifetimes. You have to consciously work on it. You have to let go of the residual egos by being in the Sangha, by being in the right company, by making good, right friendships, by reading right spiritual books. This is called Sajjana Sangatya, spiritual debate. So when you're in the Sajjana Sangatya, you rectify your intellect, you rectify your understanding. This is a continuous process. That's what we are doing in this 21 days transformation program. Just because you are a meditator, it doesn't mean your desires will become right. Your views will become right automatically. You have a lot of what you call it as samskaras from many, many past lives. So you have to consciously work on it.
In our family, we see different types of souls, the way they react, and how should we deal them? Just we meditate and accept them as they are, or should we advise them?
You feel like advising them?
No, I don't know whether.
Do you think if you advise, they will listen to you?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So then you know the answer. It
Just
is
to
very
leave
natural.
them.
See, you have to understand everybody is right in their evolution. This is
Okay.
the most important point. Everybody should understand. We think we are right and others are not right. That is a problem. But everybody is right according to
Yes.
their own evolution. Ravana is right according to his evolution.
Okay.
Rama is right according to his evolution. So everybody is right according to their evolution. Then you might ask the question, then if everybody is right, then why should we meditate? Why we should be in the spiritual path? We are in the spiritual path because we know that we are suffering. We want to come out of the suffering. We want to come out of the dukkha. We want to come out of the ignorance. We want a happy life. So if you want happiness in your life, then there is something wrong inside you. So you try to change the inner. So when the desire comes, I want to live a peaceful life. I want to live a happy life. I want to celebrate my life. When that desire comes, then your enlightenment journey begins. It doesn't begin for all the people. It doesn't begin for a young soul. For a young soul, he's more interested in power, name, authority, fame. He's least bothered about happiness or enlightenment. He thinks the happiness comes from power. He thinks the happiness comes when everybody respects him. But sooner or later, he will understand that he's still empty. Only a old soul comes into this self-realization process because they are looking for ananda. They're looking for moksha, freedom. Freedom from what? Freedom from your own suffering. Who created that suffering? You yourself created that suffering. Everybody is right according to their evolution. And organically, everybody will progress. Every Ravana will become a Rama. Yesterday's Ravana is nothing but today's Rama. Today's Ravana is nothing but tomorrow's Rama. So everybody is progressing. Don't judge anybody. You just focus on yourself. Let your family members be in whatever level they are in. Are you happy in life? If you are happy in life, that means you have worked on yourself. If you're not happy in your life, that means there's still a lot of work to do on your own self, right? As simple as that. So we are here for the self-transformation. The title is self-transformation. If you're already perfect, what is the need to transform? So we are in the process of fine-tuning. So we are transforming ourselves. It is a constant process. It's a constant process. It takes many, many lifetimes. Okay. So you should have trust, patience, be in the right path. The river is already flowing to the ocean. You have to just make sure you are in the path. That's all. The path will eventually lead to the ocean, to the enlightenment. Go with the flow. Be a vegetarian, do meditation, read spiritual books, and do as much service as possible. That's all. You are in the path. That will eventually lead you to the perfection of yourself. Okay, madam.
Oh, thank you.
Important topic. So I'll speak about mindfulness today. And tomorrow I'll speak about silence. Mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Why mindfulness is important? Mindfulness and meditation both goes hand in hand. It's like the feathers, two wings. It's like the two wings of a bird. One wing is mindfulness, the other wing is meditation. It's like the two wings of an eagle. The specialty of an eagle is it goes beyond the clouds. It flies so high. So no weather conditions can affect an eagle. It goes beyond, it flies so high, higher than the clouds. Similarly, when you have mindfulness and meditation in your life, whatever might be the challenges, you go beyond the challenges. So while meditation is important, mindfulness is also equally important. The more you do meditation, the more naturally you become mindful. And the more you practice mindfulness, the more it helps you to go deep into meditation. So mindfulness helps meditation, and meditation helps to be in meditation helps you to be in mindfulness. It's like a pull and push. In meditation, you are pulling yourself. You are raising your consciousness. In mindfulness, you are pushing yourself. So the pull complements the push. So what exactly is mindfulness? The simple definition of mindfulness is when your body and mind are both in one place. So that means whatever you are doing only that. Whatever the activity you are doing, you are fully concentrated in that activity. Nothing else. That is mindfulness. As simple as that. So the mindfulness begins when you recognize your tendency that you are in autopilot mode. That means you are constantly thinking something. You are doing something, but you are thinking something else. So when you recognize that you are thinking something else, I have to be in the present moment. I have to commit myself to be in the present moment. When you make efforts, conscious efforts to be in the present moment, your mindfulness begins. So the first is you have to recognize. You have to recognize that your mind is scattered. You are doing something else and you are thinking something else. You are walking on the road and you're thinking about your bank balance. You are eating your food and you're thinking about your job. You are in your job and you're thinking about your wife. So body is doing something else and your mind is doing something else. When you recognize there is the body and the mind, they both are not in one place. When you recognize it and you make an effort to be in the present moment, whatever you are doing, you are focused only on that. That is mindfulness. So mindfulness is about making whatever you are doing right now. That is the most important thing for you in the world. Whatever you are doing in the present moment, that is the most important thing for you in the world. When that becomes the most important thing for you, then your full awareness, your full focus, your full concentration is in that action, whatever you are doing. That is mindfulness. Whether you do any action or whether you don't do any action, it doesn't matter. The act doesn't matter. But you are in that moment, 100%. If you are just witnessing, you are enjoying the sunrise, you are 100% enjoying the sunrise. You are watching a child play, you are 100% focused and you are observing. You are giving your 100% energy on watching the child play. Then that is mindfulness. You are doing the cooking. Your 100% is in the process of cooking. That is mindfulness. So whatever you are doing, that is the most important thing. That is a priority one for you. This moment is priority, not the next moment. So if you are mindful and present, some people think, sir, if you are mindful, if I'm focused only on one task, then I cannot multitask. If I not multitask, I cannot finish off the job. There'll be a lot of pending work. That is a misunderstanding. If you practice mindfulness, then you will have time for everything. This is the approved research that if you do multitasking, you are not efficient in your work and your work is always incomplete. But if you practice mindfulness, there is efficiency in your work and you're able to complete more tasks. There is proper research done. That's why all the corporates now they're advocating mindfulness. The corporates are saying, we are paying you salary, but we don't want you to multitask. Do one thing at a time. Because when you do one thing at a time, you are able to finish the task faster with greater efficiency. Okay. So we have to let go of this misunderstanding that, oh, I should do multitasking. No, mindfulness means no multitasking, focusing one thing at a time. So mindfulness again, when you practice mindfulness, there is an awareness which arises from that practice of mindfulness. You have to focus on whatever you are doing. And while you are focusing on that, there is a certain awareness which happens within you. Any work you do mindfully, you will not lose energy. This is very important to understand, my dear friends. Any work you do mindfully, you will not lose energy, but rather you will gain energy. Okay, because there is a certain awareness which arises when you pay attention, when you are no longer on autopilot. You are paying attention consciously, purposefully, on purpose. You are using your free will. You are using your choice. No, I want to focus on this. So you focus on a particular task using all your free will, and you are completely in the present moment. And you are non-judgmental. That is very important. So non-judgmental means, for example, you are doing some repetitive task or you're doing some task which you may not like. So then there is a lot of judgments within you. So it creates a lot of thoughts. These judgments, these unconscious judgments, most of the people are not even conscious of their judgments. It's very subtle. So these judgments, it creates a lot of thoughts. And that means you are not mindful there. So you are not able to accept the present situation, whatever the situation, whatever the present moment it is, you are not in the acceptance mode. So mindfulness means there is absolutely no judgment of whatever you are doing. You are totally being in the present moment. You are accepting the present moment. And you are becoming aware of even the subtle thoughts within you. And you become a witness to that. So once again, I repeat, mindfulness is the awareness that arises from paying attention on purpose. You are paying attention on purpose. And you are totally in the present moment and you are being non-judgmental. So mindfulness is a great tool to raise your awareness. Meditation helps you to be aware of your breath. When you are closing your eyes, that is meditation. You close your eyes and become aware of your breath. That is meditation. Mindfulness is open eyes and you are aware of whatever you are doing. Totally, 100%. In the present moment, you are using all your willpower. You are using your free choice. It is your choice that I want to focus on this work 100%. I want to give my 100% energy on this task without any judgment. Completely accepting whatever the task you are doing, whatever the present situation you are in. Then a certain awareness arises. And that awareness helps in liberation. Liberation from your limitedness. Freedom. Liberation means freedom. Freedom from your own suffering. Now, being mindful is to be in the present. What is a present? A present is like a gift. Right? So you are gifting yourself. You are presenting yourself. In meditation is the greatest gift. You give it to yourself. Meditation is the greatest gift. You give it to yourself. Mindfulness is the greatest present you can give it to yourself, because you are in the present moment. You are being mindful in the present moment. So that is a present for yourself. Now, what are the qualities to practice mindfulness? These are the attitudes, If you don't have this attitude, if you don't have these qualities, if you don't cultivate these qualities, then it is not possible to practice mindfulness. And meditation is easy. Mindfulness is a little more challenging. So it takes time. So with more and more practice, you can master the mindfulness. And once you have mastered mindfulness, then your awareness is on the peak. So once again, meditation, the more and more meditation you do, the more it helps you to be mindful. The more you practice mindfulness, that means you are making meditation as part of your life. Every moment you are meditative, that simply means you are mindful of every moment. Your awareness level is so high. You're so mindful of everything happening. So that means you become meditative. Your life becomes meditative. So the qualities to practice mindfulness is acceptance. This is the first quality. See, these are the qualities which we are going to discuss. You need these qualities to practice mindfulness. And the more you practice mindfulness, the more the same qualities gets developed. So you need a certain acceptance. You need certain open-mindedness to experience greater awareness. This open-mindedness is very, very important. So the more you have this acceptance and the more you practice mindfulness, the more it helps you to have greater acceptance in your life and being non-judgmental. So that means you are impartial. You are not judging anything. You are just a pure witness without any judgment. And patience, no multitasking attitude, absolutely patient. You need to have a lot of patience in the spiritual journey. Oh, I need to get quick enlightenment. I'll go to this DNA activation class. I'll go to this chakra activation class. I'll go to this angelic healing class. Okay, I will attend this morning meditation, evening meditation, night meditation. Okay, I will go for this manifestation classes. I want to quickly manifest everything. So if you're having this attitude, then that doesn't help you. You are heading for a greater turmoil. You're heading for a greater trouble. You should have a lot of patience, trust, one thing at a time. Yes, you want to practice this anapanasati meditation? Be patient. Give yourself a lot of time. Don't do multiple things. Focus on one thing. Give yourself time. Be on experiment mode. 40 days you meditate. 40 days you want to do anapanasati meditation. You do only anapanasati meditation for 40 days. Don't do anything else. And see how the results are. One thing at a time. So this patience is a very great quality. But unfortunately, we are programmed to do multitasking from our childhood, our society, the school, the family. Everybody says, oh, if you are multitasking, then you are a great person. No, that's absolutely not. But you see the beauty. Once you have mastered mindfulness, then multitasking naturally comes to you, organically comes to you. You don't multitask, but it happens because your awareness has developed 360 degrees, you are aware. So multitasking naturally, organically happens. There is no stress. There is no strain in the body. There is no stress in the body. You are happy, cool. You are a laughing Buddha. Multitasking happens. That organically happens when you're an enlightened person. But until you reach enlightenment, until you reach the stage of enlightenment, no multitasking, one thing at a time. And you should also have the attitude of the beginner's mind. The beginner's mind means to see everything as new, first time. When you're doing first time, when you're riding your bicycle for the first time, you don't know what is the experience of it, but you are so aware, you are so focused. You're going for a scuba diving or paragliding, whatever the activity you're doing for the first time, you're so aware, your 100% energy is focused on that. So that beginner's mind is needed in whatever the act you do. Then you are totally mindful. And trust. You should have trust. Trust in whatever the experiences you go through, whatever the experience is unfolding. Simply, it means anything and everything which happens in your life is for good. Whatever happens in life is for good. You should have the trust. You should have the trust on the divine. You should have the trust on the God. You should have the trust on the process of life. Whatever happens, happens for good. And non-striving. Non-striving means, striving means you want your way. You want everything to be your way. Non-striving means you surrender. You don't react. You respond. For example, you are driving in a city and you are going for a meeting and you are getting delayed for your office meeting. But there is a traffic jam. But you want to go. You want to go fast. But there is traffic jam. What can you do? So you are not agitated. You are not reactive. You respond to the situation. So non-striving means you're in the attitude that I'm not reacting, but I'm going to respond. Whatever the situation might be, I will not react. Things cannot be our way. It's not possible. Life is not designed to be everything to be our way. No. So stepping back, taking a deep breath, stepping back and say, okay, I'm not going to react, but I'm going to respond. So that is non-striving. And gratitude. Gratitude simply means you are not programming yourself to be in gratitude, but gratitude naturally, organically arises when you appreciate the present moment. Because every moment is precious. When you see the child's eyes sparkling, when you see the child smiling at you, and you are totally in that present moment, witnessing the child's eye, the sparkling eye, the smile on the face of a child, that is a precious moment for you. So if you practice mindfulness every single moment, your life becomes precious. Every moment becomes precious. And letting go. We all have perceptions, ideas. We all have a lot of ideas because we have gone through a lot of experiences and we have a lot of perceptions about many, many things. We have a lot of ideas. And unless you let go of all your perceptions, you let go of all the ideas, you are not ready for the new. You are not ready for the new experience. So this letting go attitude, every moment there is something new. Yesterday, some bad experience happened, but today it cannot be the same bad experience. You change your perception. You are no more stuck to the past. You are open-minded for the new and you are optimistic about it. So letting go means having a certain optimism, letting go of all your old ideas, old perceptions. You're always optimistic. And these qualities of acceptance, non-judging, patience, the beginner's mind, and trust, and non-striving, and gratitude, and letting go, these qualities are very much essential for you to practice mindfulness. But the beauty is, the more you practice mindfulness, the more you are perfecting these qualities, the more you are developing these qualities. And when you perfect these qualities, you are a perfect master, you are an enlightened master. So we have to check ourselves in our life. Are we having the complete acceptance, open-mindedness, or greater awareness? Are we non-judgmental? Are we having a lot of patience? Are we having trust? We see everything in the positive light. We trust whatever happens, happens for good. And we are in gratitude every single moment. So these are the qualities of a Buddha. So the more you practice mindfulness, the more you are perfecting yourself. You become a perfect master. A perfect master is nothing but you are in Buddha consciousness. You're in Christ consciousness. This mindfulness activity is what you are going to experiment in your life for the next 21 days. Very simple. Whatever you do, you are 100% focused on that. You are cooking, 100% focused on that. Yes, it takes a little bit of effort in the beginning. You have to use your willpower. You have to use your free choice. Yes, I want enlightenment. I will be focused in this present moment, come what may. You should have this attitude. Anything and everything you are doing, you can be mindful. For example, you are drinking water. You're drinking a glass of water. Close your eyes and enjoy the process. Be totally mindful of you sipping the water. You are eating food. Be 100% mindful. See, the beauty is if you are doing mindful, any task you are doing mindful, you feel, oh, that is the first time you have done. For example, if you're having a mindful food, you're having a mindful breakfast or lunch, you feel like, wow, I feel like this is the most delicious food I ever had. You see, it brings a certain freshness, newness to whatever you do in mindfulness. You do this experiment when you're eating food. Be completely mindful. enjoy the aroma, enjoy the taste, be in the space of gratitude for the farmers, for the nature, for the cook, for the cooks who have cooked that food, for the people who served you that food. Or if you're cooking yourself, be in gratitude that you cooked a delicious food. So then you'll see the food is the tastiest. You would have never eaten that food in your entire life. So much tasty food. So any task you do mindfully, for example, you're doing a mindful walk on the garden, totally mindful of each and every step you take forward. Your body and mind both are in one place. You're becoming aware of the surroundings. You will see, oh, nature is so beautiful. I'm passing by this street every day, but I never appreciated this beautiful tree. So anything and everything you do mindfully, you enjoy it. There is a natural happiness which arises from within. Some tips is, in the beginning, when you're practicing mindfulness, sometimes you notice a lot of thoughts. So whenever you notice thoughts, don't be worried about the thoughts. Just bring your awareness back to the breath. So that means you are doing something, you are doing a task, and simultaneously you are becoming aware of your breath. That helps you to practice mindfulness. So whenever you notice there are thoughts disturbing you in the mindfulness process, bring your awareness back to the breath immediately. And that will help you to be in the present moment. If you are able to practice mindfulness in your life, you are enlightened. So this 21 days transformation program is for you to practice mindfulness every single day. Do it as an experiment. See what changes you have in your life. Anyway, we are all doing meditation. Integrate mindfulness also. So tomorrow is a Sunday. You can practice mindfulness and also silence. So tomorrow we'll take the session on how to practice silence. But actually we have discussed about silence in the previous season 1. So please go through that video. And for the newcomers who don't know how to practice silence, please go through the old video and practice silence, mauna, and practice mindfulness. The more you practice mauna, the more it helps you to be meditative. The more you practice mauna, the more it emotionally heals you. Your emotional healing happens when you practice mauna. A lot of frozen emotions comes to the surface and releases. It's a great spiritual practice. Mahatma Gandhi used to practice mauna 1 day per week so that he got so much energy, so much his willpower increased for the freedom struggle. He said, come what may, I'm not going to give up. The mighty British Empire surrendered to the Gandhi's vision and we got freedom. So we can all do it. If Gandhi can do it, why can't we do it? So when you do silence, when you practice mauna, you conserve a lot of energy. And this precious energy is necessary for you to progress in your spiritual journey. So when you practice meditation, you get a lot of energy. When you practice mindfulness, you conserve a lot of energy and increase your energy. When you practice mindfulness, you conserve a lot of energy and increase your energy. Mindfulness and mauna is to conserve your energy. Meditation to amplify your energy. So this precious energy is necessary for our spiritual evolution, for our enlightenment. We're all energy beings. The more energy we have, the more happiness we have in our life, the more awareness we have in our life. Okay, friends? So let us do this, consciously do this experiment tomorrow. And if you have any questions, write down your questions and we'll take your questions on Monday. And tomorrow, when you are practicing this mindfulness, make sure you are doing the journaling. Because when you're practicing mindfulness and when you're practicing the silence, a lot of emotions come up. Disturbing emotions might come up. So it feels like it motivates you. No, I need to speak to somebody. Because the agitated mind is like a chatterbox. It wants to speak. So don't fight with your thoughts when you're practicing mauna. Just journal it. Whatever is the thought, whatever is the troubling emotion or the troubling thought, you write it down in the book. And I'll say, yes, I have written it down. I'm going to address you. But right now, I'm not going to entertain this thought. So that will help you to take the burden off you. All the disturbing thoughts, the disturbing emotions are no more troubling you. because you have journaled it. Thank you very much. Namaskar.